Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Guess where I am? In Kansas still, but Missouri is probably right there, right over across the street. I'm on state line, and I think they put this road on the line. I don't know, actually. I'm kind of curious, not super curious. Not have to Google it, but I'm wondering, is that median state line? Am I in Kansas and that's Missouri, or did Missouri actually happen right over there? Anyway, I'm on state line. I haven't been here since, actually, wow, memories. Not since I got this motorcycle. I took state line up to the power sports place, and I got this motorcycle right about New Year. And then I worked on it for 2 months, so wow. So a few days ago, I got back from a Mick trip on a plane of all things. And I had with me my Nintendo Mick Switch, and I bought it specifically to play on aeroplanes. I couldn't help but play it while I had it before I got in the plane, and I almost completely beat Legend of Zelda. In fact, I did beat the game, I just didn't play the DLC yet. So I was saving the DLC for my trip. I was about to board my flight home, so I walked out, got on the plane, and by the way, this plane wasn't attached with a gate. It was not even attached. It was just out on the runway. Kind of like a private jet, but not a private jet. It was just a small plane, just an Airbus. They walked us out onto the, the airstrip, and then we walked over to the plane and got on the plane. And as soon as I set foot on the plane, my heart sank, because I knew my pockets felt light. They were packed pockets, but I knew my Nintendo Mick Switch wasn't there. Inside I was going, oh God, no! On the outside I said, excuse me, Mrs. Flight Attendant person on the plane. May I please go back and get my Nintendo Mick Switch? And true to the notorious bad reputation of airplanes, she said, I'm sorry, sir. That would be convenient and it would make you happy. This is not a possible option for us. And I said, I understand. What are my options? Seriously, I was completely calm. I wasn't agitated on the outside at all. I was bummed on the inside, really. Because I knew I wasn't going to get it back. I just knew, because it's an airport. When you lose, I don't know. I never lost something in an airport, but I just knew. She said, well, we can tell the gate agent and she can go back to look for it. And then my heart sank again, because I don't like being mean and whatever, but just so you understand who I was dealing with, this person running the gate was someone that everyone didn't like because she was completely inept at her job. And again, I hate being mean. I'm just saying, like, when she told me that the gate agent was going to go look for it, I had no confidence. I was like, well, I'm never going to see it again. That's a lot of blood. So she said, what does it look like? I pulled up my phone and I said, it looks exactly like this. It's gray and black. It's about this size. It's sitting over on the chair by 32D by the power outlet. When you walk in, it's right to your right. I knew exactly where I was, but I knew that information wasn't going to be enough for them. And sure enough, she sat me down in my seat. And she said, I'm sorry, the gate agent couldn't find it. And I said, Mrs. Ma'am of the female sex with a flight attendant's pass on this plane. What do I do next? She said, well, when you land, you should talk to the gate agent, and then she can tell you what to do next. So I landed, went over to the gate agent and said, hello, Mrs. Lady who's not a flight attendant and will likely cause me more despair. How do I go about recovering a missing item that I lost at the airport? And she says, oh, I'm sorry. You're not supposed to bring that information to me. You need to go to baggage claim. And I was like, good. Wild goose chase. Let's go. Backing up a little bit. It was the worst flight I've ever had in my entire life. Granted, it's because I lost something, not because the flight necessarily was bad. And I haven't flown a whole lot in my life. It's like I have a bunch to compare it to. But as an exception, it did have the coolest clouds I've ever seen in my entire life. So that it was so good. The clouds were so awesome, it made the flight for me, because that day was the hottest day and like the most stormy day in Kansas all year. So you're just above these intense storm clouds. I don't know, it's the coolest freaking thing. Anyway, I felt better about it. But anyway, back to the drama. Go to the baggage claim and I go to a dude and I says, hey man, I lost something at the gate. Blah, 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 detailed information. How do I go about getting it back? And he says, what you need to do is go on the internet, type in the name of the thing you lost, give the information to the coroner, and set up a funeral. Basically, he put me to a website which is a huge lost and found database that connects airports and major corporations. So not just an airport, all airports, all airlines, and all this other stuff. Put the name of it in there and hope it turns up. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's beyond lost now. But I did it, I filled it out, and yeah, I mean, they were supposed to get back to me in 3 days, let me know if they found it or not. They have it, so it's gone. I lost my Nintendo Mick Switch, and that was a sad story. Okay, so, changing moods, kicking my feet for for what do you call this attitude? People are gonna think I'm crazy behind me. So here's a good story slash thing I wanted to tell you about. I haven't ranted about before. I got really passionate thinking about it the other day. So, okay, I gotta keep this short because my complaining Switch story was so long. There is this epic, wonderful childhood slash teenhood slash adulthood thing I made called Mancapades. Mancapades are an escapade of men. And it sounds gay, and it kind of is, but what it is essentially you and 3 or 4 or 5 guys, like 3 to 5 guys, get together, you pick a house, you pick a night, you get all your guys together, and you bring over all of your TVs and your video games, and everyone brings as many snacks as you can, and you stay up late. You guys all play video games together. You have like a LAN party, like a mini LAN, and you eat and you drink and you dare each other, and it's manly, and it's childish, and it's super fun, and you do that, and then you all sleep together in the same room. There have been several times when me and my best friends all sleep in the same bed. We cut up and we tell stories. It's hard to not make this sound gay, but it is so fun. And we had a few of those, but it's been years, and I was thinking, man, I need to host a Mancapade. I need to get my best guy friends together. I just got really excited. I don't know why I wanted to tell you that. When I thought about it the other day, I was just thinking, this is the best thing ever. I need to tell people on Finally Friday about Mancapades and how wonderful they are and how excited I am to do it again, blah, blah, blah. It's really discombobulated, disjointed, and not very informative, but that was just a happy thing. Mancapades I wanted to tell you about kind of vaguely. I'm gonna go home. I have to edit this because it's Thursday evening, and this video is gonna go up tomorrow McMorning. And hopefully you're watching it Friday McMorning. If you're not, that's cool too. One thing before I go, I was reading the comments in Finally Friday, and someone pointed out, because I was complaining about how much my wrists are on this bike, someone said, I should have gotten the name. He says, well, no wonder your wrists hurt. Your ergonomics are all wrong. Your levers are supposed to be angled down. And I was thinking, oh yeah, they should be angled down because they're leveled, as if I was sitting on an upright bike. They need to be pointed downwards. It's not hard to change. And when I'm not lazy, I am going to switch them, and I'm really curious to see if it'll help my wrists not hurt so much from all the weight. But anyway, someone said that. Thanks for pointing that out. I almost slipped because I'm inept. Oh, and I guess I'll leave you with a little tiny McTease. I got a special surprise for you, Finally Friday people. It'll probably be next week, but no promises, but there will be something, and I know you'll all be very happy about it, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. I can't say I'm going to see you next week. That's just weird. Wouldn't it be weird if I was looking at you right now? You'll see me next week, but I'll also see you. So see ya. Bye.